Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 16 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just going to finish up this week with Enosh's team as I get a new team in-game. I'm actually going to be traveling for the next couple of days, so I'm going to do my best to pre-record a couple of episodes beforehand, but hopefully I'll be able to do that. And yeah, otherwise we're just gonna finish it up with Enosh's team. I'm gonna try to get my new team in game today, or by the end of the start of tomorrow, so I can pre-record a couple of episodes when I'm gone and get those up for you, since I am doing my best to still keep up with daily uploads. I do have to apologize, I did miss an episode yesterday, so I'll probably give an extra episode sometime in the next couple of days. Just have to figure out when I am exactly free. And yeah, it's been a fun ride with Enosh's team. There will probably be this episode, one more episode with it, and then we'll switch to a new team. So if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share your support by leaving a like in the video, and please go give Enosh a follow on Twitter. That's in the description below. We're going to find Jiro from France with a rating of 1528 to kick off this episode, running the strong Yveltal Groudon core. Yveltal Groudon, Kangaskhan, Amoonguss, Talonflame, and Thundurus. I believe this is the 6 that I think we might have used the same 6, but I know Enosh won regionals earlier with the same 6. And then he made some edits with like Salamence onto the team and Jumpluff. But I don't like the Yveltal matchup, honestly. I really don't. The thing is, Groudon can, my Groudon here can, put in some work because Foul Play is like does under 50% of damage. So that's one of the things I've got going for me. Weavile Groudon honestly isn't a terrible lead. I actually kind of like that. I mean, I really just can't bring Crescent to this matchup because Yveltal dunks with the knockoff, and even if it doesn't have knockoff, I don't really offer much presence. Kangaskhan's not bad, but Ferrothorn is also solid because of how well it checks the Yveltal. Do I really want to bring Ferrothorn? No, I like Kangaskhan more. So I'm gonna go Weavile Groudon, Rayquaza, Kangaskhan. The Weavile offers the fast Fake Out, and I can Ice Cold Crash for damage immediately. And the only other concern I have is that my opponent's also running Special Groudon with max speed, because if that's the case, then we're going to speed tie. Whoever wins that speed tie is going to obviously have a huge advantage. So hopefully I can avoid that position and play around that. But I'm going to lead with Weavile Groudon. We're going to see the Kangaskhan Amoonguss, which I would say is pretty excellent here for me. The question is he Scrappy? Because if you're Scrappy, what you should do here is stay in Scrappy, or stay in regular form, and go for a Fake Out onto Groudon. So the safest play here is to Fake Out Weavile, or Amoonguss. Do I want to predict him to Mega Evolve? Like, here's the thing, it's really risky if he Mega Evolves. I mean, sorry, if I Fake Out Kangaskhan, but he stays in Scrappy form and he gets a Fake Out against Groudon, because then he gets a Sporomb, so I'm going to Fake Out and just Eruption here. Yeah. Let's see if he Mega Evolves. Of course, if he does Mega Evolve, that'll be a little bit frustrating, because I could have potentially picked up a double knockout. And he might not even, sorry, Inner Focus. I kept on saying Inner Focus, Scrappy earlier, but Inner Focus is what I meant to say. So let's see if he Mega Evolves. You could also choose to, and he does Mega Evolve, okay. But let's see if he goes for like a Power Up Punch, or a Fake Out. Amoonguss protects too. Maybe he just directly run into this. Fake Out goes into Amoonguss, and Fake Out goes into Groudon. Good play. Risky one. I'm getting a crit there on the second hit. Maybe I should have went all in there and just faked out Kangaskhan. Now you probably want a Double Edge. Double Edge should have knocked me out, so I want to prioritize knocking out Amoonguss here, so I'm going to Ice Cold Crash and Eruption. But that was a really good turn one. I mean, the Fake Out Protect play typically isn't exactly very good, but it worked out perfectly there for my opponent. Protecting Amoonguss, not as much of a deal. It only avoids a little bit of chip damage, but it was a really hard read there to go Mega Evolve and Fake Out Groudon. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just too risky to go Fake Out Kangaskhan if they do have Inner Focus, because then they get the Fake Out against Groudon. That's why Inner Focus is good. It allows the mind games, even if you're not running it. So we didn't really see much of Inner Focus Kangaskhan earlier in VGC when Kangaskhan's been dominant since 2014. So Amoonguss goes for a Rage Powder. That's fine. Probably trying to redirect a potential Ice Cold Crash, but I'm okay with that. So Ice Cold Crash is going to come out, and if Kangaskhan targets the Weavile here, then I'll get a really strong Eruption off. As Ice Cold Crush actually just knocks out Amoonguss there because of a critical hit. That could be a big deal, because if he goes for a target onto Weavile, then Eruption will just knock out the Kangaskhan. And he actually does low kick, but into the Groudon slot. So, interesting play there. Doesn't want to get any recoil damage, I guess. That'd be the only explanation, really. Eruption there does just under 50%. Would have preferred a little bit more damage. But good choice to target down Groudon there as opposed to Weavile. But I'll take that turn any day. I do eliminate Amoonguss, meaning he doesn't have redirection anymore. And I still got both of my potential Mega Evolutions in the back. Of course, we are probably going to see Yveltal or Groudon come out here. Going to be that Groudon. Which I think is a pretty excellent Pokemon to bring out. However, what I can do here is protect Groudon, go for an Ice Cold Crash onto the Kangaskhan to knock it out, if not do a lot of damage. And then I get a free switch into the Rayquaza in the back, which is also a big deal. And I do want to conserve the Kangaskhan, since Kangaskhan beats Yveltal Groudon in terms of the speed matchup. So here I'm just going to Ice Cold Crash. Do I actually want to attack here? Because he has the low kick Weavile. And if he doesn't, then Weavile sticks around. Could be worth going for an Earth Power immediately here. No, I'm going to protect here still, because then I can Extreme Speed. Yeah. So Ice Cold Crash connects, fortunately. No Sucker Punch, no Switch Outs or Protects from my opponent. Could see a sub here on Groudon, so maybe I should have covered that option. Oh, I actually flinch Kangaskhan, and he does go for a Fire Punch here onto Weavile. So that flinches could be a big deal there. I mean, I didn't go for an attack there with Groudon, but it actually would have saved me. Now I'm going to go for a knockoff. Don't want to risk the miss, and I'll Earth Power here. Although, if he's Max Speed Groudon, then we still have Mind Games. He also could Sucker Punch Groudon. We do see Sucker Punch. It's going to target down Weavile, though. Okay. So, now it's a question of whose Groudon is faster and who gets the attack off. Let's see. I get the Earth Power off. Could have been a Speed Tide there, not really sure. But I'm not going to complain. I'm going to get the Earth Power off, and it actually just picks up the one-hit KO. So I think we probably Speed Tide there, which is a little bit unfortunate if that is the case. Seeing Fire Punch, though, my opponent definitely had Precipice Blades, meaning he still had to connect with the Precipice Blades to win there, or to knock out the Groudon. So I would say the odds were in my favor, because my opponent would have to win the Speed Tide. Maybe you go for a Fire Punch there. Don't think Fire Punch knocks out, but it's a possibility. As Yveltal's going to come out here. Actually, I should have brought out Kangaskhan, I think. Shoot. I'm not sure if Extreme Speed actually knocks him out. Yeah, I should have brought out Kangaskhan. That was definitely a misplay. I think he should knock him out, though. I'll Extreme Speed and just Thunderbolt. So unless Kangaskhan pulls out like a surprise Protect here, but even if you do, I still have my Kangaskhan in the back. But if I just brought out my Kangaskhan there, should have been ensured victory. Unless he's like bulky and can take this Extreme Speed. Yeah, okay, I didn't think so, but for some reason, like, if he could have been able to survive that, it could have been really bad. We actually see the Sucker Punch come out, targeting Rayquaza, but as you know, Extreme Speed's priority is higher than Sucker Punch. It's one tier higher at +2. As Thunderbolt there does 50%, over 50%, and gets some paralysis. So, you know, pretty reliable, consistent damage there. Now I can just go for a Extreme Speed Thunderbolt. So, yeah, I mean, that Groudon potential Speed Type was a big deal there if my opponent ended up being slower, or excuse me, was max speed and we Speed Tied there. Otherwise, I think, you know, I played the game relatively well. The flinch there didn't end up mattering since he presumably targeted down Groudon. But yeah, it came down to that one turn. But I don't know, I was like, okay, even if I lose the Speed Tie here, I should be fine. Because if he picks up a double knockout, then I get a free switch into both my Kangaskhan and my Rayquaza. And of course, you know my Rayquaza carries Waterfall as well. I'm not saying that it would have ensured a victory, but you know, my odds were still okay even if everything went against me that turn. But I think my opponent played that pretty well. I mean, that first turn was definitely frustrating because you'd imagine if I just faked out Kangaskhan and Eruption, which you would definitely do if, you know, they didn't have Inner Focus or you didn't think they'd have Inner Focus. Guarantee a knockout there, and then suddenly it's just 3-4 with a Weavile and a Groudon against an Amoonguss, and whatever switches in, you probably want to switch in Groudon at that position, as it's just going to protect a Burniturm. But yeah, turning, I mean, that's the tricky thing about the matchup between the Groudons. That's one of the reasons why Max Speed Groudon is so good still. You know, bulky Groudons a lot of players like, especially on teams that rely on Trick Room or Gravity and Helping Hand, you know, support moves like that. But there are other Groudons that really just want to outspeed their opponents and get as much damage off as possible. Sometimes built special, sometimes built physically, and sometimes both. Obviously, this one is full special. Arash Omadi, who won the National Championships a few weekends back, had, I think it was like a mixed variant there. And I still think Max Speed Groudon's really good, but you do have to risk the potential Earth Power special Groudons, and that matchup is always a little bit scary. Okay, we're going to find a Japanese opponent for our second match of the episode. This one rocking a Big 6 kind of team, but with Bronzong here, Big B, with Kangaskhan, Salmon, Xerneas, Groudon, Smeargle, and Bronzong. I believe it's the same 6 that Wolfie actually used when he got second at Georgia Regionals, so it should be an interesting matchup here. I really don't like going against Big 6. I mean, typically I feel like I go Kangaskhan Groudon as a lead, which is not bad, and then Rayquaza Ferrothorn. Weavile is just so tempting here, though. Like, Weavile Groudon? Maybe that's not a bad option, actually. Because I can knock off and prevent Geomancy as well. Ferrothorn in the back. Maybe not bring Rayquaza and bring Kangaskhan instead. Let's try that option. Yeah, I like that more, honestly. Because here I get to get the fast fake out off. I mean, the inner focus mind games will come out again probably, which is really frustrating, but we'll see if they do. He does have 2 Megas. Sometimes my opponents end up bringing Salamence here because I do have Rayquaza and Groudon, so if I could bait the Salamence, that'd be really nice because then Weavile can dunk on it. So here's Weavile and Groudon. And Salamence comes out with Smeargle. Okay. Or, sorry, Bronzong. Wow, that's actually perfect. Like, literally couldn't have gotten a better lead matchup here. I could just go for Fake Out onto Mence. But I'd prefer Ice Cold Crash to damage anything that wants to switch in as well. The other question is, does Bronzong carry... I mean, oh, he could have... He could have Protect on Mence and just switch Bronzong out. But then everything coming in would take an Eruption. I'm going to go with just Ice Cold Crash Eruption here. I'm going to maximize damage output. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better lead matchup. Really surprised to see my opponent go with Salamence Bronzong. Indicates Groudon Xerneas probably in the back, which is also a pretty good deal. If I can eliminate the Groudon, then the Ferrothorn, which I think I brought in this game, will be very, very solid. So let's see. Ice Cold Crash has a decent chance of dunking Salamence for a one-hit KO, but even if it doesn't, Mence at most gets a double edge off against Groudon. I don't really know why Bronzong was brought here. I mean, you can set up Trick Room, maybe to prevent Trick Room from my Cress's end, something like that. Maybe I should have just faked out. He does Mega Evolve, and doesn't switch out, interesting. Maybe double Protect here, if he does. I could have fainted, but I'd rather not. No! Just lets me get an Ice Cold Crash off, so, okay. This could just pick up the knockout, especially if he's hasty. If he's hasty, it's definitely going to knock him out. Oh, gets a knockout there. I know that's a damage roll. That's why I run it over Ice Punch, because Ice Punch can't pick up that knockout. I just get a Eruption off. He is Sash, though. Wait, he's not Sash. He's, he's Heat-Proof. Wow, I can't believe it survived a full target. That's insane. Wow. I mean, that's okay. If he didn't get that Trick Room off, it was 100% over, because I'd pull up 2-4 instantly, and I can knock off the Xerneas to prevent it from Geomancing. But now I can just feint, which I hope knocks that out. That looks so low, but I'm gonna feint into Earth Power. Holy cow. Should be able to get this Earth Power off, because typically he's probably going to be the Precipice Blaze variant, and you can't knock me out. Good Helping Hand, or Hypnosis. But that was not what I was aiming. Heat-Proof Bronzong, wow. So, I don't know, I'm not sure if there's any better play I could have made that first turn. Maybe Fake Out, because then if he sets up Trick Room, like now he's speedy. He actually withdraws the Bronzong into Xerneas. Good play. However, that does burn a turn of his own Trick Room here. We'll see what Groudon goes for. Doesn't go for Protect, maybe just Precipice Blades? Or maybe he does have Earth Power. No, he just Precipice Blades. Okay, that shouldn't knock me out. Yeah, okay. That Earth Power is all I needed, because now I've got Rayquaza and Ferrothorn in the back. Oh, I didn't bring Rayquaza. Sorry, Kangaskhan Ferret. Ooh, that could be a little bit scary, actually. But should be fine now. You just Precipice Blades here. Probably Geomancy, right? I think Kangaskhan Ferrothorn should be able to seal this up, but it's still a little bit scary. Especially for how good that turn 1 was. Just really didn't expect that Bronze on a Hingon without Sash either. I'll get some chip damage off here with Feint. To Groudon. Kangaskhan. Actually, no, Xerneas is better for the Gyro Ball potential knockout. And in case he misses here, I'll Earth Power Groudon. Yeah, he's not going to protect with either. No reason to. Was that 2 Feint critical hits? He does Precipice Blades here. Picks up the knockouts. But I'm not willing to switch into either of my Pokemon. But now my opponent can actually win, because you definitely Geomancy here. And then you double protect next turn. Oh, he doesn't Geomancy. Perfect. Now I just switch in Ferrothorn and Kangaskhan, Fake Out, and Gyro Ball. He probably double protects. This is where not having Sucker Punch kind of hurts, though, because this might actually come down to whether I hit a Power Whip or not. Which is a little bit frustrating. But... huh, maybe I don't want to Mega Evolve to conserve my speed. Does that make a difference? I don't think so. Yeah, let's just Fake Out. It could also double protect the last turn, but then he could get a Geomancy boost, and if he gets that boost, then I lose. So this turn is safest play. Like, my opponent kind of has to double protect. I guess you could not protect Xerneas and try to Geomancy, which would be interesting. And then I can just Power Whip Double Edge. Although it's still not over. There's the Protect from Groudon, and it's faster under Trick Room, so Xerneas should be protecting here as well. Yep. This is still scary, though. The other question is, do you switch your Groudon out into Bronzong right now and Geomancy? Oh man, this is actually kind of a 50-50, because Power Whip doesn't knock... a Double Edge I don't think will knock out the Xerneas. I'm actually gonna Gyro Ball and Double Edge Xerneas. Nice. Got it. That was scary for how good the lead matchup looked. Well, I mean, we'll see what my opponent goes for here, but that should be game. Because even if Gyro Ball doesn't pick up the knockout, Double Edge will. Yeah, and it doesn't pick up the knockout. He does Geomancy. Close call there. That's exactly why I went for the play I did. That was my opponent's one way to really win this game, and I figured he'd go for it, because, you know, you're expecting the Power Whip onto Groudon and maybe a Double Edge, which is originally what I was setting myself up for, but then I realized, hey, that's actually not that good of a play. So now I can just Double Edge. It's a Fainted Xerneas. And then, yeah. That was scary, but that's why Xerneas is so good. All it takes is one mess up. If I did have Sucker Punch, you know, it probably wasn't Sucker Punch KO range at that point, but yeah, Trick Room's gonna end here. And, you know, it's still not over necessarily, but I guess it really isn't over depending on his moveset on Bronzong, like if you have Hypnosis. Huh. It's actually kind of scary. Or Protect. I'm gonna Leech Seed the Groudon and Power Up Punch Bronzong. Because, okay, let's say he had Hypnosis, you could actually protect Groudon, Hypnosis Kangaskhan. Though I guess if you have Protect on Bronzong here, you protect Bronzong, go for a Fire type attack. But he can't knock out Kangaskhan. Okay, great, he protects Groudon, perfect. I wonder if he actually was going for Hypnosis or not. We're not going to find out here. So, fortunately, avoid any crises in the last 2 turns there. But really scary finish, honestly, because that turn 1 was perfect. And then Trick Room it up, and normally you're like, oh, it's Big 6 with Trick Room. Like, how can you win? But then Groudon comes in, Precipice Blitz does so much damage. I can't protect with Weavile, you know, kind of just sacrifice moves. So now I can just finish it up with a Power Whip and a Double Edge. Scary call, though. Very scary call. And great game to my opponent there. I mean, I was very content, because normally against the Big 6 teams, like, if I led Kangaskhan Groudon, that still would have been fine, I guess. I get the Fake Out Eruption off, but Weavile ends up being a pretty nice call there, because it does end up, you know, one-hit KOing Salamence, which is why I brought it, so can't really complain about that. So we do pick up 2 nice wins in today's episode. Probably the second to last episode with Enosh's team. The next one will be the very final one. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. That was definitely pretty intense. Both really fun games. And yeah, leave a like always if you did, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, peace.